gotta focus on yourself, on your faith, on your dreams, on your mind, on your health, yeah. You gotta work, never tell, keep your head down, find what you love and excel, yeah. Push and pull.
When it comes to camera zoom, what really works better? A true 10x optical zoom setup or a 6x optical zoom backed by smart algorithms? These two smartphones might finally settle that debate. OPPO has officially launched its newest flagship, even if it arrived a little later than expected, and the hype around it has definitely been building. Just by looking at the hardware on paper, it's clear OPPO put serious effort into this generation.
A quick shout out to my tech partner from China for sharing this video. A big thank you for making this possible. Hey everyone, it's Maiky from techmaiky. If you love staying updated with the latest gadgets, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss out our exciting tech content.
So naturally, let's begin with the cameras. Comparing both generations side by side, the biggest highlight is easily the return of 10x optical zoom. OPPO has been teasing this feature for quite a while, and honestly, it's something we rarely see in flagship phones these days, since the days of the S23 Ultra. That's mainly because of higher production costs, tighter internal space constraints, and the fact that modern AI-enhanced 3 to 5x zoom systems already perform impressively well. But with this phone, OPPO is stepping back into that territory once again. This new model, the Find X9 Ultra, swaps out the previous generation's 6x periscope setup for a brand new 50-megapixel 10x telephoto lens. Before launch, plenty of people questioned whether this GNL sensor, paired with its 2.75-inch f.35 aperture, could actually live up to expectations. But when it comes to resolution, there's no denying the improvement. At 10x zoom, text captured on the X9 Ultra appears noticeably sharper and cleaner. Even when pushing all the way to 60x and 120x super telephoto using the same AI processing, the X9 Ultra still manages to retain richer detail. The image style between these two generations is also very different. The X8 Ultra leans heavily into algorithm-driven enhancement, boosting multiple image parameters to create punchier results. Meanwhile, the X9 Ultra takes on a cooler color tone overall, which might not appeal to everyone. Even though both phones use relatively small sensors and apertures, their low light performance remains surprisingly close. However, once you start zooming further in, the X9 Ultra clearly preserves more detail. A similar situation appears with the 3x mid-telephoto lens. The X8 Ultra still tends to enhance the entire image more aggressively, making shots look brighter and more visually pleasing. The X9 Ultra does come with a larger sensor here, but because the aperture is slightly smaller, highlight suppression in darker scenes isn't quite as strong as the previous model. Interestingly, the main camera tells a different story. OPPO upgraded the Find X9 Ultra to a massive 200-megapixel sensor, and the results are easy to notice. Photos come out looking cleaner, purer, and more refined overall. In low-light situations, the X9 Ultra benefits from improved resolution and several generations of algorithm tuning, though the differences mostly show up in slightly better highlight control and more accurate color rendering. The final major hardware upgrade is the ultra-wide camera. It now uses a larger 1.19-inch sensor, along with a wider 14mm equivalent focal length. During the daytime, the improvements aren't always obvious, but once night falls, the difference becomes much more noticeable. That said, there are still a few small issues here and there. Color reproduction across the entire system has also been upgraded significantly. OPPO moved from a 9-channel system to a new 24-channel setup, allowing for more accurate colors and a brighter overall image that feels closer to what your eyes actually see in real life. Since the Find X9 Ultra packs two 200-megapixel cameras alongside two 50 megapixels, HD mode now gives you additional focal length choices at both 2x and 10x. And honestly, the difference between 200 megapixels and 50 megapixels is huge, not only in long-distance detail, but also in storage usage. A single 200 megapixel photo taken on the X9 Ultra can reach nearly 93 megabytes, which is almost 4 times larger than files from the X8 Ultra. Thankfully, the shooting speed itself still feels reasonably fast. OPPO also made some changes to the master filters. The number of filters has dropped from 15 to 14, and a few popular lifestyle and street-style filters are no longer included. But there's good news too. In the latest ColorOS 16 update, Master Mode filters now support one-click preset imports. That means users no longer need to spend ages hunting for filter settings online or copying recipes from Xiaohongshu. You can simply download an image preset and import it instantly. OPPO even simplified the process by making imports happen with just one tap. For beginners, this is a really user-friendly addition and makes the whole Hasselblad shooting experience much easier to access. Another nice touch is the addition of a dedicated photo watermark system, making it easier to share shots directly to social media. For video creators, this generation supports recording up to 10-bit 8K at 30 FPS, as well as 4K at 120 FPS. Overall, the X9 Ultra definitely improves on its predecessor in terms of detail, image reproduction, and overall camera capability. But when you factor in software optimization and how often most people actually use super telephoto or ultra-wide lenses in daily life, the X8 Ultra still remains surprisingly competitive after all its updates and refinements. Now moving on to the design, the Earth platform colorway we have here is easily the standout option of this generation and clearly the signature color of the X9 Ultra. The black vegan leather finish combined with the Hasselblad-inspired orange shutter accent creates a really energetic and stylish look. There's also a dividing line across the back panel that helps break up the design, preventing the phone from feeling too plain or monotonous. Another especially interesting detail is that only the Earth platform version replaces the H logo in the center of the camera module with the full Hasselblad branding in English, making the device feel even more like a professional camera. OPPO definitely paid close attention to the finer design details this time. Although the overall height and width remain fairly similar to the previous generation, this model is both thicker and heavier in the hand. Still, it actually feels more premium because the proportions are more balanced overall. The rear camera module has also become a major talking point online. The circular camera island now has a much larger radius, giving it a stronger visual presence. OPPO paired this with an irregular lens arrangement, and while some users really dislike the look, I personally don't think it feels too strange. In fact, if OPPO had simply used a massive circular module with equally massive circular lenses, the design probably would have looked even bulkier and lacked any real visual layering or depth.
The Find X9 Ultra follows a pretty classic thin camera bump, thicker body approach. The camera module only sticks out around 6mm, which honestly isn't much different from the X8 Ultra's 5mm bump. Compared to Vivo's approach of using a slimmer body paired with a much chunkier camera module, OPPO's design definitely feels more comfortable to hold in everyday use. The button layout also stays exactly the same, continuing OPPO's long-standing left button and right button setup that many users already love. Once you get familiar with it, the whole control layout feels very natural and convenient. And yes, the customizable shortcut button on the left side is still here, which is great to see. OPPO also keeps the 3D ultrasonic fingerprint scanner, although accidental touches can still sometimes trigger an unlock. So overall, how do you feel about the design of this generation? Looking at the front, the Find X9 Ultra keeps basically the same display size and specs as the previous model. It still features a 6.82-inch QHD plus 2K display, and the changes to the bezels and corner curvature are very subtle. The biggest upgrade is the refresh rate, which now goes from a dynamic 1 to 144 Hz instead of 1 to 120 Hz. OPPO also added AI-based eye protection features along with a healthy viewing distance reminder. That said, the display technology itself hasn't changed too dramatically. It still uses a DC-like dimming solution at medium to high brightness levels, paired with 2160 Hz PWM dimming under lower brightness conditions. Compared to its predecessor, the difference isn't huge, and honestly, this level still isn't considered industry-leading right now. The screen color tuning is similar to what we saw on the Find N6, but OPPO changed the default color profile this time. The X9 Ultra ships with the standard profile enabled by default, while the X8 Ultra previously used natural mode. Once both phones are switched over to vivid mode though, the white backgrounds on the X9 Ultra do look noticeably cleaner and brighter. As for brightness, the manual maximum brightness doesn't really change much, but peak brightness sees a pretty noticeable jump. The X9 Ultra reaches nearly 1472 nits, which is almost 30% brighter than before. Now, let's talk performance. The OPPO Find X9 Ultra is powered by the new Snapdragon Elite Gen5 processor, and it scored an impressive 4.18 million points on Antutu. The version we tested is the 16GB RAM and 1TB storage satellite edition, and storage performance is also very solid. Gaming performance is strong too. In Honor of Kings, the phone delivered an average frame rate of 144.2 FPS, while the 1% low frame rate stayed around 139.8 FPS. Power consumption averaged only 3.8 watts, which is pretty efficient. Temperature control was also excellent, with the front reaching 35.8 degrees Celsius and the back peaking at 36.3 degrees Celsius. Moving over to Honkai Star Rail, during a 20-minute run in the Pinocchio Golden Moment area, the phone averaged 59.9 FPS with stable frame pacing. The 1% low frame rate performance was also solid, but power consumption climbed higher, averaging around 8.2 watts. Temperatures increased accordingly, with the front hitting 43.7 degrees Celsius and the back reaching 45.8 degrees Celsius. Genshin Impact also ran very smoothly overall. The phone maintained an average frame rate of 60.1 FPS, while the 1% low stayed at 49.4 FPS. Power consumption here was around 3.7 watts, and temperatures remained comfortable at 36.9 degrees Celsius on the front and 38.6 degrees Celsius on the back. This generation of OPPO devices also supports frame interpolation and super resolution features. You can even enable high-quality graphics settings at the same time, although temperatures naturally rise more noticeably when doing so. With frame interpolation enabled in Genshin Impact during another 20-minute map test, the phone achieved an average of 120.5 FPS with a 1% low of 113.5 FPS. Power consumption increased by about 0.8 watts, while front and back temperatures rose by 2.3 and 1.6 degrees Celsius respectively. Overall, that's still a very acceptable result. Finally, battery life sees one of the biggest upgrades this year. The Find X9 Ultra finally crosses the 7,000 mAh mark, jumping up from the previous generation's 6,100 mAh battery. This gives OPPO an advantage over Xiaomi and Vivo's Ultra flagships this year. Charging specs are equally impressive, with support for 100-watt wired charging and 50-watt wireless charging. In real-world testing, the phone peaked at around 75 watts during the first minute of charging using a 9.4-volt 7A configuration. It charged to 16% in just 5 minutes and reached a full charge in 47 minutes. Battery endurance itself was excellent too, with only 30% battery drain after 3 hours of regular use. Another standout feature is OPPO's AI flash technology, which feels genuinely practical in daily use. The newly introduced lock screen island feature in ColorOS 16 isn't just about better animations. It works similarly to a capsule-style dynamic notification system, showing important information directly on the lock screen. You can swipe left or right to switch between different modes, and swiping upward reveals more details. Even better, apps like Maps and Music can now display in full screen mode directly from the lock screen, without needing to unlock the device first, which makes the experience feel much more seamless and convenient. Whether it's software optimization or hardware upgrades, the Find X9 Ultra really feels like OPPO pushing itself to the limit. It delivers true ultra-level camera performance while still maintaining a balanced flagship experience without obvious compromises. So, what do you think about OPPO's latest generation of products? Let me know down in the comments, and don't forget to like and share the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.